Halo Outreach Podcast to keep you up to date with everything going on in Halo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 26 of the Halo Outreach Podcast. I think that officially makes it half a year's worth of podcasts, right? Yeah?
Something like that?
Yeah. Something like that. We're kind of like consistent with it for whatever reason.
That's something you do not associate with me or Kevin is consistency. So very shocking.
But yes, welcome everybody to the podcast. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about the community update that recently came out, talking a little bit about DreamHack Anaheim. We had some updates going on with that, and then some playlist updates, some of your favorite modes going away, and some new ones coming in. And then we're going to be rounding off the show talking about microtransactions in Halo Infinite, because I'm still surprised. People still are surprised when they hear that there are going to be microtransactions. We've known about this.
We have to beat this
for a
dead
while.
horse.
But I kind of want to go more into like what could those be rather than like if it's happening or not, because we all know it is. Right. So it'll be a little more of a discussion kind of part. But of course, as the Halo News podcast, we start off with the news. But even before that, my mental organization is terrible at the moment. But I want to say, Pat, how was your week?
Kevin.
What did you do? How's the gaming?
I do. So there goes my brain. I do.
It's official. Now they save the dates.
That's it. I will take you to be my Halo husband, Kevin. I do.
Lawfully wedded much. Halo husband.
I
gotta lose weight then.
Yeah. Yeah, big boy. I have been playing Halo 5. Surprisingly, shocker. Wow. It is Rock and Roll week, and this is the week to end my Halo 5 journey.
Is it really?
Trying. Yes. We're like 5.9 million XP away from being done with Halo 5.
And you're saying you can do that this week?
Oh yeah. What? I'm off of work all week. I'm gonna I'll be no lifing.
Gotcha.
I'll be no lifing the crap out of Halo 5, and then it will get deleted off of all of my Xboxes. It is gone. I'm done with this game.
You sound like a true Halo fan. Like, yeah, I got what I wanted out of it, and you're out of here.
I'm done. I'm so burnt out on Halo 5.
I can imagine.
It's literally the only game I've played for 6 months straight now, so I'm ready to move on and experience my favorite hobby again. So, yeah. Besides that, nothing new. What about you, my friend? How was your week, and how are you doing? What did you do this week?
I went to a concert over the weekend. I saw a band called Thrice, which I don't really know much about them, but my friend's a big fan, so I was like, sure, I got nothing else going on a Saturday. Sure, let's go see a show. I had a good time doing that. Gaming-wise, I got back into a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2 online, because they recently had the Moonshine Runner occupation available, so I was like, well, yeah, I want to deal out some booze in the Wild West.
You want some shine?
Yeah, y'all want some shine? You're around there, boy. And so I played a little bit.
I have to bring you some moonshine when I come for PAX from Carolina.
Hell yeah, dude. And then what else? I played some Reach as well, trying to grind my way up to like 30 something. Trying to get up into the 30s on hardcore. Right now I'm like only at 23 right now. So, but I definitely have noticed it's been a little bit tougher to find matches in Reach. Population certainly has gone down a bit since release, which is kind of expected, but we'll see what happens the rest of the year when it comes to the MCC and stuff like that. And I also started out playing Jedi Fallen Order as well.
Ooh. I've been wanting to play it. How far have you gotten? Like, how much playtime?
I've only got like 2 or 3 hours into it or something like that, so I still got a ways to go. Basically, I just kind of got past like the introductory part of the game. Now I'm kind of like in like what would be like the second act of the game, where now you're just kind of like do like the gameplay loop parts to go to different planets and stuff like that. So I just landed on my first new planet, so Looking forward to that. It's so cool. You can actually customize your own lightsaber in that game.
Yeah, that's badass about that
And
game.
I didn't realize that.
Cool.
I didn't know about that at all until like I got to like a workbench and like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Like if you didn't know about that, yeah, that's like a shocker moment. Like what?
Yeah, you can like customize your lightsaber to make it how you want them. Like that is freaking awesome. And so of
So
course,
you go from one respawn single player to another. That's pretty impressive.
oh yeah, true, yeah. Because I did do Titanfall 2 on stream a while ago as well. Kind of like right before Reach and then after like the hype of Reach.
Yeah.
Just to finish it out. But yeah, that Titanfall 2 campaign is awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So anyway, now we're through the formalities. We can move on into the news here. We're talking about the community update that recently came out for us here. That Unishack always provides for us. It usually just kind of like a nice roundup of everything that's been kind of going on in the Halo community. And it mentions things like that, like the Halo Insider, since we have the CE flights coming around here. Hopefully like next week, possibly. I haven't really heard much of it. Hoping this week we'll get a little bit more news on that, so make sure you keep up to date with Pat and my channel when it comes to those flight updates, because we'll certainly keep you guys up to date with all that good stuff right there. We also did get a full breakdown of all the playlists that are coming until March for Halo 5. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, after leaving us in the dark for a week, and we didn't know what was coming this week for playlists. Like they didn't tell us anything. We just assumed it was Rock and Rail because we heard it was Rock and Rail, but there was no official statement. And then finally, boom, Rock and Rail hit. But yeah, it's nice that they've outlined the all the playlists till March.
Which is if you 152 grinders are out there, like this guy right here, Rock and Rail is the way to go when it comes to getting your XP in. But it looks like it will be moving out on the 30th for CE anniversary throwback, which is, I don't know why they keep bringing that one back. I've always heard people not too excited about that one.
Yeah, but they keep bringing Castle Wars back too.
True. So, because Castle Wars is actually kind of fun.
No, it's worse.
And then you also have Warzone Turbo coming in on the 30th as well. So that's another good thing to get a little excited about. And also just kind of came with a little reminder as well for the esports side of things. When it comes to Halo, we have DreamHack Anaheim coming February 21st to the 23rd, which I will be there. I'm excited about this. Yeah, flights were only like $120 for round trip. So I was like, dude, I gotta go to this then.
Right.
And so they started up the online qualifiers for that. And so people have been kind of obviously doing that. It looks like, though, sadly, we will be missing out on a very prominent member of the Halo competitive community, is Snipedown. He's he's one of the most prominent guys in the Halo competitive scene. But he put out this tweet on the 22nd just saying, I won't be competing in the upcoming Reach event in Anaheim. My main focus right now is on Apex, so I'll be putting all my time into that. I enjoyed Reach on PC when it first launched, but quickly remembered the same reasons I didn't like the game back in 2012. Good luck to everyone going. So, sadly enough, we will not be seeing our boy Snipedown there, which he's probably like my favorite player to watch, because the guy is he's crazy good at the game. So, bit of a shame there, but
I mean, I could step in for him if
true. Yeah.
Call me.
And so we got that little bummer of a news, but should still be a good time. It'd be weird for me. I don't know who to root for now. I always just kind of root for whatever team Snipedown was on, but obviously
you'll have a good time regardless.
Obviously, he's been killing it in the competitive Apex Legends side of things. Like the last big major tournament they had for Apex Legends, he led the entire tournament in kills on a controller, playing against everyone using keyboard and mouse. So
and I've heard a lot of complaints from the community on the pro side of that these Halo tournaments just honestly aren't worth it with the prize pool, that you literally have to win to walk away with a substantial amount of money. When I fucking hate mentioning this game, but Fortnite and games like Apex are constantly doing tournaments with huge prize pools.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're much bigger games. I mean, it's not easy for a single platform. Well, now it's on PC, so it's kind of multi-plat. But Halo can never have the reach that a game that's literally on everything, including a toaster like Fortnite, is. It's those tournaments are just worth a lot more, and it's a lot better to invest your time in a game you're going to make more money on. I mean, it makes more. You can't blame some people for doing that, but
Yeah.
and like you said, he doesn't. Maybe he'll come back with when Halo 3's doing
Oh,
tournaments
yeah.
again on PC and stuff. So
He will.
he's just obviously not that big of a fan of Reach. So
Understandable. Reach was a bit of a divisive game when it came to pretty much all aspects of it. Though I would say the hardcore settings for Reach do play out rather well. Probably some of the better hardcore settings Halo has had. I've been playing it a bunch and enjoying it, but I can understand where he can have his concerns with that. And especially also, like you said, we mentioned about the money aspect, where there's just more money in Apex Legends because there's more people playing it. The microtransactions, I'm sure, are kind of helping out with that as well in the game. They kind of help fund these kind of things, and he's seeing a lot of success with Apex. So understandable to switch over that. I mean, we've had a few Halo players have made the switch over to other games, like more also notably like Shotzi and Frosty, who kind of moved over to the Call of Duty side of things. But and then, of course, and then they had to move over when it was Modern Warfare, which was not the greatest of CODs. Or actually, I actually kind of like the game. It's just that everything around it is kind of terrible.
I do want to mention something while you were talking about Reach Team Hardcore. So we had a very minor playlist update for MCC, and the only thing really notable, which really the only thing in it, was that they removed Team Slayer on Penance.
Thank God.
From the rotation. Yes. So that was a very
did not play
loud.
well. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. So that is gone, and that's it. That was the Postums Palooza for the week right there.
But also, they do seem that also talking about what they maybe removing Battle Canyon as well, which is like the Beaver Creek remake.
Yes, please do.
I actually like it for King of the Hill. I think it plays out rather well, but for Team Slayer, not so much.
Yeah, shout out to that match we beat Wangless on King of the I still remember that on Battle Canyon.
Damn, shots fired, man.
Shots fired. No, I ain't done with Wangless. This wait till we get into these microtransactions. Go ahead. Do the show. Go ahead.
We're still got a little bit more talking about
good,
Anaheim.
good.
Okay.
All right.
They recently also announced they're doing a free for all tournament as well, because usually these Halo tournaments will usually have like a little side thing going on. On on signups will be February 22nd and that morning, first come first serve. $5,000 prize pool. First place walks over with $3K. Second place $1.5K. Third place $500. That's about it. Forget what. Yeah, I can't really think of too much about that. I'm not going to bother with this because I'm just not nearly good enough to try to compete with these kind of people who I'm sure are just dripping all over this.
Infinite's gonna be our game, Kevin. We're both gonna go hard. We're both gonna start from day one, 24-hour streams, launch day. We're going in, we're doing this. We're committing to getting good at Halo Infinite. So
Oh yeah,
that will be our game.
I want to be like an Onyx quality player when it comes to all that stuff.
I mean, I'm already an Onyx quality player, so I have to push my bar.
I mean, if there's only 200 people playing the playlist, then
hey, at least I can get it still. You can, okay, Mr. Platt.
Wow.
Speaking of FFA, though, I want to mention another thing as far as Halo 5, that free for all is going away. So I mean, we'll get to it later in the playlist update, but basically, I saw that Vetoed was the one that kind of. And I don't like this, and I kind of want to get your opinions on this. This is a little bit of a side piece, guys. So on February 6th, Mythic Rumble is replacing Free For All, which is basically Mythic Arena settings. So your Halo 2 BRs, those custom maps and all that. If you guys don't know what Mythic Arena is, it is personally my favorite playlist in Halo 5. I did a very detailed breakdown video of it, detailing all the maps, all the settings, why it's awesome on the channel if you guys want to check that out. But basically, that's replacing regular free for all, and I don't know if I like that, dude. I hope
Really?
that means that I just hope that that doesn't keep actual Mythic Arena from coming back because they already have Mythic Rumble in there, you know? I like the team aspect of Halo. I am not a free for all kind of guy, you know, just running around stealing other people's kills. You know, it takes a bunch of skill that I just don't have. I that as well, but I just don't like the way the game flows in free for all. And I always thought Halo was meant to be more of a team shooter. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. If that keeps regular Mythic from coming back or delays it, I am not happy about that. But the free for all community is kind of dead on Halo 5. There's like 8 people
Yeah,
in the playlist or something.
that was one of the things I think when they brought up with Vito made a video about it. Like literally, there's like not even enough people to start a match that were searching free for all at certain times of the day. And so, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Again, obviously, then at that point, you need to kind of, spruce it up a little bit, mix things up a bit, and try something new. I know you played Mythic a ton. I didn't really dive too much into it just because it came out the same time Reach did. So I was trying to get all the game time I could in with Reach before like the population kind of whittled it down a little bit. And so, do you think like a lot of the maps that they made for Mythic Arena would work in free for all? I would think they have to use the same maps.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, I would assume they have to use the same maps. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like tailored for the gameplay of that.
Exactly, they're tailored for those character traits. So there might be more maps coming. I could see the community really getting. I mean, the foraging community in Halo 5 is still very strong because Halo 5's forge is just so good. It's the most recent, and unless you include Halo 2 Anniversary's forge, it's the most recent forge with the most features. So, yeah, I imagine all those maps playing pretty good for FFA. The only one I could think of maybe not playing so well would be the Lockout remake.
Yeah, I was saying like the one that looked like Lockout would be the one that'd be like,
the flow of that map is very team based, like very hold down certain areas of the map. Everything else like Vengeance, the midship stuff that would play great free for all. Cryptic, all those would play really good free for all. So I could see that happening, flowing pretty well.
So I might give it a go then as well. Just because I guess it's been a while since I played some Halo 5. Almost pretty much since the release of Reach, I haven't touched Halo 5 at all. Just because I've been just trying to grind through like the 100 tiers and rank up and stuff like that. So I might give it back over to play a little Halo 5. I do kind of miss playing that game, even though I played it for like
as soon as I delete it,
4 years straight.
Get back on it.
Well, I'll definitely kind of be there for when you hit the max rank and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just make sure you don't do it during like Tuesday at 2 p.m. or something when I'm at work. Okay, jeez.
No, quick plug. Subathon this weekend. It's going to be probably Saturday, either Friday going into Saturday up to a 24-hour stream, but Subathon to reach 152. So you should be there. If we get to, I'm going to create like some crazy number that I know we won't get. If we get to 100 subs, I'll shave my beard and cut my hair. So there we go.
Well, then I'm going to start saving up then.
Yeah, there you go. Save up now, people.
So yeah, that's about everything going on with the whole DreamHack thing. I'm super excited about this. If you guys have never been to an event, you definitely need to go. Just because it's just like it's a great chance for like everyone in the community just kind of get together and hang out and have a good time. So me and Wangless are gonna be and Reclaimer and a few other guys. We're all rooming up in an apartment like 10 minutes away from the venue. Super excited about it. It's gonna be a good time. But yeah. I guess that's everything for that. So I guess we kind of move over to our discussion topic, which is microtransactions happen in Halo Infinite. We do know this is the case, that they are going to be there. Yes. I mean, 343 has said that they're looking to make Halo Infinite a game at forced service kind of thing, which does basically entail microtransactions to be in the game. And so, rather than kind of just like making that news or whatever, because this discussion kind of got inspired earlier this morning on Twitter when Wangless actually tweeted us something about saying how Doom Eternal doesn't have any microtransactions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then there's like, well, hopefully Infinite doesn't. We're like, sorry, the burst of bubble, it's going to have microtransactions.
Yeah, it's going to have them.
But depends. It definitely depends how they do it. Because this is definitely one thing I've kind of thought about as well. Is like, how expensive is it going to be, to play Halo Infinite?
Right.
And so,
yeah, we've talked about this, like especially as content creators, where we want to keep up with everything possible. It's kind of what we have to do if we want to stay relevant. And how much is that going to cost us as just the average Joe Schmo that doesn't get, like deals from Microsoft or 343 for covering the game? Just me and you having to work and pay for all this extra stuff on the side. How much is that going to cost us to keep up with the times and to cover it for the channels? Yeah, that's the thing that worries me and you. I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. If they do a season pass model like MCC, if me and you like to think that MCC is kind of the testing grounds for Infinite,
I think so, yeah. When it comes to that stuff.
then we could have an issue. But if it's like Gears 5, which I'm kind of leaning towards more it being towards like Gears 5, like the Fortnite model, things like that, where you're just buying skins, whatever skin you want, boom, you pay a price. When it comes into the store, you buy it, and that's it. If it's like that, then that's different. I think that's a good way to go. I think that's really the only way you can go without pissing people. We know it's not going to be loot boxes. 343's already come out and said that. No loot boxes. So in my mind, that's either season pass or store. You just buy whatever the hell is in the store for a set amount of price. But you also got to be able to earn these kind of things in game, as far as either currency to buy that when it comes to the store, or just being able to unlock it in game via challenges for the ones that want to grind it out. There has to be some sort of balance. So yeah.
But I will say that I've seen a lot of negativity when it comes to the microtransactions in Gears 5. But I think that's the reason why. I think it's just that like they realize that maybe I think I know a little bit about like the buying patterns of people when it comes to this stuff, that they buy like maybe 2, 3, or 4 things, but then they flood the market with so many things that like you hear like these horrible things like, oh, it costs $1,200 to own everything in the game, and it's like, well, It's not really designed for you to have everything in the game.
And there's a balance you have to strike with being a AAA game that you actually charge $60 for, versus a game like Fortnite, which is free to go into, bare bones, and then you can pay for skins. You can't have your skins as expensive as like Fortnite skins if you're already charging a retail price. That's not the right way to go. And Gears got very greedy with their microtransaction pricing, and like you said, saturating just how much crap was in there. So much like Black Ops 4 did. I don't know if you played any Black Ops 4, but it was just saturated with stupid stuff like
cat stickers and stuff. Yeah, lost stickers.
Like shit you'll never use.
Yeah.
And that was like 90% of that tiered system. So you have to have incentive. That is the key thing. So 343 really needs to strike that balance, and once again, don't envy 343 for having to do that. But and you've made this point too. I saw you made this point, but I agree wholeheartedly. Is kind of what I was going to say about Doom. Doom is more of a single player game. Single player games don't need microtransactions. They just don't belong. And yeah, Doom used to be big in the multiplayer space, but the Doom reboots multiplayer kind of failed miserably, and it seems like they're doubling down with Eternal on the single player experience. So I look at that more, even though it has multiplayer, I look at it more like a single player game. Whereas Halo definitely is a single player game because people play Halos just for the single player. Some people don't care about the multiplayer, but the bread and the butter of Halo is its multiplayer. That's where its legs are, and it's 2020. You're gonna have microtransactions in a AAA multiplayer game. It is where they're going to make their money. And the good news about that is it probably means free DLC. So they update the game over time. We get new maps, we get new modes, we get new skins, stuff like that for free. But at the cost of said microtransactions. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I have a feeling
shout out
I
to
have a feeling that probably would go with like a season pass model with this one. I think it's kind of why they're testing it out in MCC. It just kind of depends. I've seen their like I think I know with Destiny they do like a season pass model. I think also with Call of Duty they also do a season pass model. They have like the free like pass, and then you have like the premium pass, which just kind of gives you like more of the same kind of stuff. And it depends how like Infinite does it. If you just like buy the season pass and then you just like unlock everything automatically, or something like that.
Work your way through it. Yeah.
It just depends how they do the custom. It's probably they're gonna have to monetize the customization as well, which has generally been like a rather significant part of Halo, is being able to like customize like what your Spartan looks and colors and nameplates and stuff like that. Now, is it gonna be? But people still want to be able to unlock that, and so then are you gonna have like just like weird like flame lit Spartans there look like a highlighter rave show in the game,
like Call of Duty style, where they have like the Day of the Dead theme stuff and like you glow in the dark and shit. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a bunch of stupid stuff in there, but
see, that's what I hate. I don't want I want to be playing against like gingerbread men while I'm playing Halo, you know. Which is what they did in Call of Duty as well. Imagine being a Christmas
tree.
Yeah, right.
Being a Christmas tree.
You just have a Christmas tree that just like could just like
T-pose.
You know, just T-pose. That's a T-posing Christmas tree, just like coming to get you. You're like, oh god, it's my worst Christmas nightmare.
keep in mind too that it's reach level customization in Infinite. So yeah, they're trying to make bank, man. Like when I hear reach level customization, I'm like, okay, that means they have a lot of options they could put in for a season pass or microtransaction model. So it would go hand in hand with that. So
what would you? So if they do the season pass thing, which I'm guessing they probably will, which should probably mean like about every 4 months then, or 3 months. 3 months if we're doing like every actual like season in the year, right? And so then how much would you be willing to spend per season if like you're just like only playing Halo the whole time?
If I'm only playing Halo and per season we're saying what 3 months for a battle pass, I don't want to spend more than $10. I think it should be like Fortnite, Apex, they all charge $10 for a season, and those are free to play games. If it's more than 10 and you're charging me 60 on top of that, preferably maybe like a $6.99, $7.99, just a little bit of a discount, or charge $9.99. I don't really give a damn. Just make sure that in that first battle pass and every subsequent battle pass after that, there is a way for me to earn in game towards the next battle pass, just like Apex does, just like Fortnite does. So if you, from the very first season in Fortnite and Apex, when you bought in, you could earn currency that would allow you throughout that season. So if you ranked up to like rank 80 out of 100, you could basically afford the next season's battle pass with the in-game currency that you earned throughout that battle pass. If you can give me that and I could just keep earning and just pay $10 and be done, if I so choose, then yeah, I'm down for that. That's fine. I don't really care.
Yeah, because also you can think about it too, though, is that with Fortnite they can probably get away with having a bit of a lower price point when it comes to their season passes as well, just because there's just less people. There's so many people playing it that, sure, it'd sell it for $10, but maybe for Halo, where the population would be much smaller, even if Infinite is like an amazing game and everyone loves it,
right?
Like it's still not gonna be as many people playing Halo as it would be like Fortnite or maybe even Apex Legends, and so then you might even I would say probably like $20 is probably would be like my limit if I was just playing only Halo, and that was just it's kind of a way to kind of get back. If I see, plus also if we see that money that we're spending into the game come back to us as well in the form of content, as in like new maps or new modes, or maybe even, since this is going to be like a game for a service, right, that we might even see like expansions for the campaign or something like that.
Yeah, one can dream.
Because I can imagine this game being the Halo game for like 5 years probably or something like that. I couldn't imagine them releasing another Halo 2 years later. Yeah, I think what they could do is just do like the Destiny thing and just release like a yearly big expansion, around like September, and just be like an extra, 2 hours added to the campaign or something. Or
we'll have to see. Yeah, I think if my prediction of Infinite being an open world game is true, then those tend to lend themselves better to having DLC for story later on. So if it is open world, then yeah, I could definitely see it. If it's another linear campaign with just like open air kind of levels, kind of like Halo 1, then I would be discouraged because we just haven't seen it happen ever in Halo. But even like games like Breath of the Wild, Nintendo never does DLC, and they did DLC for Breath of the Wild. They added to that game, and they actually had a season pass for that game, which was unheard of for Nintendo. They usually don't do that. So yeah, if Halo Infinite is open world, I could totally see expansions coming in. Otherwise, if it's just a linear campaign, I don't know. I don't know if I could see that, but I'm actually hoping. I'm hoping we do get. I've wanted campaign DLC since like Halo 3. Halo 3. I was like, man, these DLC, man, it'd be sweet to get some more campaign action.
Oh yeah,
something. So yeah, I would love to see that.
I mean, that's what they tried to pull off with the Spartan Ops missions for Halo 4, which, if you guys ever played Spartan Ops, it's pretty boring to play, but the story is actually really good.
Excellent.
Yeah. I actually just ended up just going on YouTube and watching all the cutscenes, because it's almost like when you're playing the Spartan Ops, it's like you're doing like this chore of playing the game just so you can get these really sweet cutscenes.
Yeah, kind of like me in Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, so I'm thinking, obviously you have to do customization. It depends how they do the whole monetizing the customization in the game, because they're going to have some way for people to get their unlocks, because that's also been a huge part about the game. Again, I think we'll have a lot of these kind of questions answered around E3 this year.
Yeah,
maybe even a little bit before. We'll see. Because we'll see how. I think things will be pretty quiet when it comes to the Halo Infinite side of things, rip until E3, until then. And then after that, I think we're just getting like flooded with so much information. Pat and I are going to be trying to like upload videos every freaking day, talking about whatever new.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know, I think, like, for me, like I said, also that like for a season pass, if I pay like $20 every like 3 months, I'd be okay. I'd be okay with that.
Shut your mouth right now and cut that in half, because if 343 hears this, they're like, "Ooh, somebody's willing to pay $20."
Well,
we only wanted to charge $10.
Well, you remind me of a corporate commander from like Angry Joe.
From Angry Joe.
But yeah,
he's funny.
But yeah, and then so like it also kind of depends how the customization is monetized. If they kind of do every bit something you have to pay for, or the parts that you do pay for, do you end up looking like a clown or something like that, or some kind of ridiculous like rave outfit you're wearing as a Spartan? Because that's one thing I also hope is that, like, because those items usually sell a lot better. That's why you see them in the games, because they kind of break the immersion and just kind of a little trolly and just kind of funny. And so people get excited about them and will pay them. But then, like, I don't want to be playing against, like we mentioned, like Christmas trees and gingerbread men while I'm trying to rank up in the hardcore playlist. But yeah. And so, is there anything else you want to touch on when it comes to the microtransactions for Halo Infinite there, P2P?
Nope.
All right.
Nope. I'm done.
Yeah, I think we got a decent little discussion over that at least. Like I said, I'm willing to pay for a little bit if it kind of like automatically unlocks things, or there's so many ways they could do it, and it just kind of depends what direction they choose to go with it. Just kind of how pretty much everything is right now at Halo. When it comes to Halo Infinite for us, we're just like, as long as they just have a vision and you just stick with it and it doesn't screw over the players, that's all you need to worry about.
Yeah, main focus. Please don't screw us.
Now, the graphic here, I do have a playlist update information, but I think we kind of already touched on that. But I guess maybe
We touched on it, but we could touch on it some more.
needs a little extra touching.
Little extra touching. Jesus Christ. All right. So, upcoming calendar for Halo 5 for all my fellow 152 grinders out there. Soon I will be leaving you guys to carry on the torch. But we have all the way up till March 5th. We have the upcoming calendar for Halo 5. So right now, as we speak, Rock and Rail is in. And if you are trying to make massive gains, that is the way to go. 3-minute matches, put your gold boosts on, do what you got to do. I ain't going to mention any other kind of tricks because I don't want to get in trouble, but there are other ways to get more XP. Okay? Do it. All right? Rock and Rail. Take advantage of it. It's live now. January 30th, we're getting Anniversary Throwback, like Kevin mentioned earlier. That is rotating in for Rock and Rail. And we're getting Warzone Turbo going in for the weekend there. February 3rd, double XP all February long for doubles. So maybe if Kevin ever wants to, hit 152 like a real Halo YouTuber, then maybe I'll jump on some Halo 5 doubles with him. So that would be cool to play some doubles. Mythic Rumble is coming in, like we mentioned earlier, for free-for-all in February on February 6th. It's weird. Okay, and that's not that weird. So why not start double XP all month for doubles? Why start it on the 3rd? That's weird. Anyways, Roman King, which is another actually really fun playlist. One of I would say my top
mode. Oh, yeah.
Like top 3 featured modes with Rock and Rail, Mythic Arena, and Roman King would probably be my top 3. That rotates in for Anniversary Throwback. On the 13th, we got Community Slayer. What is that, Kevin? Is that? I've never heard of that.
That was in previously. Basically, it's just a bunch of different Forge maps so you can play Slayer on.
It hasn't been in like the last 6 months I've been playing Halo 5, so I don't know. And before these last 6 months, I never paid attention.
It's been a while, but it's last time they did it, they just kind of redid the same maps. But if they implement some new ones, Forge maps would be sweet. But yeah, just like just playing Slayer on community made maps.
Cool. Warzone Assault going live on the 13th as well. 20th, Griff Ball is coming in for Community Slayer. And the 27th will be Action Sack. So sick of that. I've had my fair share of. I'm done. I'm freaking done with Action Sack. The 27th, Warzone Turbo comes back. And then March 5th, a new season for Halo 5 Arena begins. And Halo 3 Classic Throwback comes in for Ranked in March on the 5th. So that is the foreseeable future. We'll beat this to a dead horse. Every podcast, we always give you guys an update on the playlist at the end of the podcast. So we'll keep telling you guys these playlists, and if anything changes, of course, me and Kevin will let you guys know. And also just to note that they are continuing to consolidate playlists in Halo 5 to make for quicker matching times, better, higher quality matches, because that is a big problem with Halo 5 right now. So that will continue. It looks like they mentioned they'll be converting the existing free-for-all playlist slot into their ranked rotational slot, which will start. So free-for-all will actually be getting rotated. It won't be staying. So me and Kevin kind of predicted that free-for-all might be on the cutting room floor. So yeah, that is happening, and we'll see. We'll have to see what Mythic free-for-all does for the population there. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Anything else to add,
Kevin? And then, like we mentioned earlier, Penance Slayer was removed from Hardcore Reach because it played like trash. And then, so they got that. And they might be seeing something happening with Battle Canyon for Reach. But I guess we'll just kind of wait and see on that. Because I saw on Twitter that Tashi would put a poll out talking about, like, what do you guys think about, this mode? Should we keep it? Should it stay? What do you want to see? A higher weight, lower weighting kind of thing? And I think I saw it. Most people were favorable of Battle Canyon, which, at least for King of the Hill, I would be as well. But yeah.
All right.
Anyways, so I guess that kind of brings us to the end of the show here, Pat. So,
the show.
If someone was like listening to this podcast, right, possibly on
Why would
Podbean
anybody do that?
or on Spotify or on YouTube as well. And they're like, well, this Pat guy's got some great ideas, but I need more. Where would they go to get more paid?
I'm gonna press X to doubt anybody would say that right now. But just in case, there's some fucked up people out there that would love to follow me. All forms of social media, you could find me, like you guys can see right here if you're watching on YouTube, at the Patman Gaming on Twitter. That is also my Twitch name. Like I said, we'll be doing a subathon this weekend to celebrate my last moments on Halo 5. And then on top of that, Instagram is also the Patman Gaming. And if you type in just Patman Gaming on YouTube, or you go to youtube.com/Patman Gaming, you will find me on there. And Kevin lovingly links all of our social media down in the description below, so you guys could always find it there.
I will also say that, Pat,
Kevin.
you are
Yes.
the most popular Patman Gaming on YouTube as well.
Am I? Have I surpassed the other Patman Gaming? Kevin always gives me like these updates. He just like searches my name and sees who comes up, and he's like, "Oh, look, you got competition."
There's like
here."
5 other channels that are Patman Gaming, which is just like, I've never seen anybody with the name Patman.
Yes.
But they're also Patman
I
Gaming.
thought that was pretty original. Yeah. You know, I actually realized something about my nickname. I mean, I got the nickname Patman because my name is Patrick, and I'm a big Batman fan. Another shocker. But it's actually like the perfect blend of my first and last name. So
Oh, really?
I actually literally man is like the main part of my last name. So let people guess away like fucking what's it called, Wheel of Fortune, as to what my last name is. But yeah,
I like the
Patman is
buy a
actually blend of
vowel.
my first and but yeah, where can people find KevinKoolx
Well, like you said
on the
as well,
interwebs?
if you're listening on Podbean, the link's in the description there. If you're watching on YouTube, links are in the description as well. On top of that, we got my YouTube, Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. It's all linked down below, and you should definitely go check it out. I definitely need to get back on the game when it comes to Instagram. I feel like I've been kind of lackluster on there. I need to clip out more things and stuff and get back into like the daily grind of posting things and just being online. Having the flu completely ruins your like routine of anything. And so it feels good to finally be like not feeling like garbage. That's a good bonus right there for sure. But yeah, make sure to check out those links right there, guys. And thank you so much for watching, listening, hanging out in the chat, or if you guys are on Twitch as well. We do live stream the podcast every week, so make sure you're following us on Twitch. Like I said, links in the description down below. But yeah, that's everything we have to talk about when it comes to the Halo Outreach podcast. And I appreciate you coming by and watching and or listening. So you'll stay safe, and we'll catch you next week with some more Halo greatness. Peace out.